Before I start, I need a prop. So here we go. This is a gaming laptop. This particular one is my old Lenovo, just giant bulky thing. Actually, for the time, other than being large footprint size here, you actually have a fairly thin laptop. Now inside this thing is a Core i7 processor. I don't remember which generation it is, but it does come with GTX 860M graphics, which at this point are not really good enough to play a whole lot. It is a 1080p panel, came with a 1TB hard drive, and I believe 8GB of DDR3 RAM, which probably means it's a Haswell CPU. Not 100% sure on that point though. But here's the point. Gaming laptops have come a long way since I bought my last one. No, I'm not going to buy one today because frankly, I can't really justify the cost right now. However, I am going to give you a good option for a entry-level gaming laptop that will get you up and running playing games at 1080p. And it'll give you a good upgrade path as well. And then I'll give you a daily driver option as well. Okay, so let's start here with the gaming option. This is the MSI GL62M. This is a laptop that comes with an i5 processor, 7300 HQ, and a GTX 1050. That's a 2GB graphics card. However, for 1080p gaming, it'll be good enough. Now, you're not going to be able to max out settings by any means at 1080p, but it will get you up and running, and it will give you pretty good forwards compatibility, especially in esports titles for quite a long time to come. In mainstream AAA like single player games, you'll have a little bit more of a limited lifespan on the GTX 1050. If you're looking to get a better laptop that'll have a little bit more longevity, then probably look at more like laptops with 1050 Ti's or even GTX 1060s. Now on the CPU front, the 7300 HQ is a quad-core processor, so you should be in really good shape, especially for just 1080p gaming for a long time to come. The 8GB of RAM, while not preferable, it is upgradable to 16GB. If you want to upgrade that down the road, all you have to do is pop off the bottom of the laptop and throw in an extra DIMM slot. It is a free DIMM slot there, so it's not like they have two 4GB sticks and you'd have to replace both of them. Nope, you just have to buy one 8GB stick. At least I believe that's the case from everything I've seen about this laptop. Almost 100% sure that is the case, though. Again, double check that before buying a RAM upgrade kit, just so you don't get sort of bit in the keister because maybe they changed the configuration a little bit. And then it does come with a 256GB SSD. That's an M.2 SSD, and there is a full-sized 2.5-inch drive bay there that you can occupy with a hard drive down the road. But I would recommend go ahead and upgrading that extra drive bay that's vacant right now, at least in the base configuration here, with a 1TB hard drive, or maybe even an upgrade to the SSD, maybe add more SSD space with a SATA-based SSD. So a couple options here that you have for that. If you're going to go the SSD route, I would recommend at least a 480GB SSD. Inland right now, I've been sort of talking about those quite a bit lately, but Inland has some really cheap SATA-based drives as well as NVMe drives that I'll talk about here in a minute. But they're basically the cheapest on the market, but they give a big performance bump over a traditional hard drive. I've really enjoyed both my NVMe and SATA-based SSDs from Inland, so I see no reason why you shouldn't go with this route, especially if you're already looking at a budget laptop. That'll drive up the cost over the $700 mark anyways, but for $73, you can't go wrong there. If you're looking at hard drives, there's about $56, $57 for an HGST Travel Star. Look for 7200 RPM hard drives for the laptop space because you'll get, again, a significant performance bump over a 5400 RPM hard drive, which could be, $10, $15 cheaper, but the performance is worth it to go ahead and get the 7200 RPM one. Or if you're looking even at higher capacity SSDs, maybe a 1TB SSD, then Silicon Power has about the cheapest one on the market right now at $160, which is a really good value per gigabyte for SSD space. If you're willing to throw that much extra money at this system, it might not be a bad idea. So by the time you upgrade this laptop with a new hard drive or SSD, you're looking at anywhere from $700 to about $730, depending on which options you decided to go with here. But for that money, you're getting a great day-to-day system already. You're getting a processor that's not the most efficient, but being that it's only one generation old, it's still going to be a really, really solid option. Should give you pretty good battery life as well, provided that you're not gaming on it on your battery power. And then when you're plugged in, you obviously have that GTX 1050 to take advantage of, which you can get very good performance in all of your esports titles, including your Fortnite, your Paladins, Overwatch, League of Legends, all those games, CSGO, all those games will run extremely well on this laptop, well over the 60 FPS mark that you're looking for. And then on your modern AAA games, you'll probably have to play with settings a little bit, but you still should be able to run at reasonably high settings for most games. And now for those of you that aren't looking for a gaming laptop, you're just looking for a daily driver, this is for you. This is the Asus Vevo book, and hat tip over to Austin Evans' recent video about this. Like him, I concur that you're getting a great amount of power and value out of this laptop for just $510 right now on Amazon. And like him, I highly recommend getting the 1TB hard drive version, because if you want to upgrade and add an M.2 SSD, you can do that very cheaply compared to the premium that they're charging for that upgrade out of the box. Now, unlike Austin, I'm actually going to go ahead and recommend another $38 SSD. Now, his SSD of choice was the ADATA SU800. This is a SATA-based SSD. I would actually recommend going with the Inland 128GB NVMe drive, and the reason for that is you're just getting a big performance bump over the ADATA one, and right now they cost the exact same amount. However, this SSD, last I saw on Amazon, there weren't a lot of them remaining. So if this one is sold out when you get to it, I'll leave the link to the ADATA one as well, because again, it'll give you a great performance bump at a pretty solid price as well. But the Inland one should give you better overall performance. So if it's available, go with that one. So those are a couple of laptop deals that you may be able to take advantage of right now if you're looking to get a pretty cheap but very solid laptop out of everything. Both of them are good for what they do. If you're a gamer, obviously go with the MSI. If you're not a gamer and you just want the daily driver that also probably has better overall battery life, definitely more power efficient, that sort of thing, go with the Asus instead. Both of them have really great upgrade options, which is actually kind of ironic because a lot of the higher end laptops today don't have upgrade options really at all. Looking at you, Apple. So regardless, if either of these laptops are interesting to you, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. As always, links to everything I talked about are also in the description down below. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe, all those things help out. You can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at Hoosier Hardware. And as always, I'll let YouTube queue up a couple more videos from my channel for you to watch. I'm Shane with Hoosier Hardware, and I'll see you guys in the next video.